Planet Fixer logo? No, that was my nipples. Why are we here? Oh yeah, yeah. To look at... No, it's not going to happen. A while back, when JR10 Desert Gold sent me the Ass Kisser, a bunch of you said if I can find the smoked porter, I should give it a whirl, because I'd probably really like it. Well, tonight on my way home from work, I happened to be going past the little, and I mean little, liquor store that bragged about having 700 microbrew and craft beers. They had to change their sign evidently recently, and now it says 900. And they did have the Ass Kisser. Sadly, as a side note, I walked around and looked through as much of all of the shelves of beer, and none of the stuff that I've had that I've really liked did they have there. Optical Illusion, Hop Rod Ale. It's like, really? You have all of that? None of the stuff that Heffy67 sent me? But they did have the Ass Kisser, and actually it looked like they were like trying to sell out of it. So I figured I better get a big bottle. So that's what we're looking at tonight. And just so that you're aware, we want to keep the riffraff out. The after party will be discussing what we discussed in the last video. See how I did that? While I was there, I picked up a few things that I thought sounded good. One in particular, I've really liked everything I've had from this Southern Tier, and they had 2 times IPA, so we'll be looking at that sooner than later. Hop Wrangler. Lydia, the Primordial Extra Pale IPA. Hop Nest Monster. Bold Brazen. And brewed behind the cheddar curtain. Okay. And, just because I laughed when I saw the title, Yellow Snow IPA from Rogue. So those are actually things that I decided to try. Weird. Okay. Oh, you may ask why the AR is there. Another new addition on here. I'm trying the Ergo Magwell grip. And I was just kind of wondering what you guys thought of it. I have to say, after seeing it in Howard's video, and oh, by the way, any of you that actually follow Howard's build that he was doing on that AR, he thought he was building that for either one of his customers or perhaps for one of his employees, where in fact his employees bought all the parts, and that was his birthday present. Howard put this on on that AR, and I kind of like the way it looked. If you're the kind of guy that, you know, that's your shooting position, this really gives you more to hang on to. And before anyone asks, pleasantly, believe it or not, it does not interrupt with the dust cover door, and it does not actually even touch the Troy bolt release. The only thing that I'm a little disappointed on is it being that I colored it in. It covers most of the Rock River emblem, and it covers all of my 666 serial number. But comments, you know, as far as usability goes, I kind of like it, and it's no big deal to take on or off. You just remove the set screw in the trigger guard and just kind of wiggle it past and through there. But overall, I think it adds kind of a neat look. Like always, I value your guys' opinions. Let's do a little ass kissing. What can I tell you about this? 8% by volume. Sounding good. I do like porters. Smoky aroma. I don't know. Well, what does it pair with? Pairs with spicy foods. Hey, that works out. My next door neighbor and a good friend Mike gave me a burrito. He said it was an extremely spicy burrito and it raised havoc on his system. And I asked him if I should just skip the middleman and just actually put the burrito in my underwear. And this is a non-flavor enhancing glass, so we are going to have this for what it really is. Still more in the bottle, and this is a big glass. That's a good sign. I really like that. And as you can see, I should have a flashlight down here. Like, it really matters if you can see light through it. I can't see any light through this. Has kind of a, actually has kind of a fruity, earthy smell. As you saw, we had carbonation. Lord knows what's going on inside of the non-flavor enhancing glass. We did get some head. We do have some lacing. Blah, 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 blah. Let's drink. I normally would not even bother with that, but some information pertaining to the after party might be here. Nope. Instead, it is a picture from Blue Tunda 40 holding a Bud Light with the caption, "In Training." Jerry, what I know of your drinking prowess, I don't think that it's fair to say that your training would be a Bud Light. Jerry isn't afraid to show his Irish side, let's just say. I've had several pictures sent from him with the sun up as he was leaving the bar. So I guess this is a fast cheers to Jerry, my kindred spirits brother. Blue Tunda 40. Cheers, my friend. Where were we? Oh, we were drinking. I have to say, with some of the heavy hitters, like the stout that we just did, this is relatively bland actually in comparison to that, which, you know, it is a porter. It's smooth, has kind of a smoky, earthy flavor to it. Can't really tell if that's like chocolate or even coffee. I mean, it's that blended. I don't know, you get kind of spoiled on some of those heavy hitters, and all of a sudden this is like the light beer equivalent to them. You can sort of get a distinct smokiness out of the malt, though. Maybe find the sign. Yeah, isn't it awesome to stand here while I read a bottle? Ass Kisser Porter is a dark, rich, balanced ale that is smooth and yet structured with light coffee and mocha aromas with a subtle smokiness. Lures your palate to sip through the dark tan head, enjoyed with grilled and spicy foods. Yeah, so I guess I'm getting oh, hang on. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but maybe this is the one I'm waiting on. Ah, no, it's not. This is an update from my daughter saying the dog peed on the floor. You have to be glad to know that. I know I am. As a side note, Shelby happens to be, I believe, the second greatest dog I've ever had. The Jack Russell Terrier that we had 2 Jack Russells at the same time. My first one, Daxie, she was the greatest. And unless Shelby learns to actually brew beer, she's never going to meet Dax's standards. But she is a really good dog. She is a rescued, was a rescued dog. We don't know how old she is. They predicted 3 to 5, which now makes her 7 to 10, somewhere in there. Long story short is this dog has never eaten, destroyed, crapped, or peed in this house until I got laid off. This beautiful Obama economy. Never once in my entire life was I unemployed until that loser was in office. Side note, though. During my unemployment, I helped a friend of mine. His father passed away, and we completely gutted his father's house and redid everything. And he lives out in the boondocks, so I used to bring Shelby with me every single day. I mean, that was a lousy year for my normal career. I believe I was off 7 months straight, and Shelby went with every single day with me. And when I got called to go back to work, and she couldn't go with me, she was one angry little dog. And even the vet said that the Jack Russells are like that, and believes that that's when she started peeing in the house, was to give me the yours, because I was supposed to go with you, Dad. And now if we leave her, I mean, she can be home for 8 hours all day long and not be a single thing, but if we all leave as a family to go have dinner like we did tonight, and we don't take her with, yeah, sometimes she acts out. It's always in the same spot. Always. Upstairs, in the hallway, outside the bedroom. Always there and only there. Well, that was great. I'm glad I got that text so I could tell you all about my dog pissing in the house because she's pissed off at me. Really can kind of get that smokiness out of it. Not to knock it. I mean, I'm sure there's some of you that are just into the domestics and pilsners and that kind of stuff that would have this and go, ooh, that's like way too much for me. But it's just really, I'm kind of bored. Kind of bored with it. It doesn't have any real zest. It doesn't have a heavy coffee, heavy cocoa. It's just I don't even get the alcohol. I'd be wrong on that one too. I would have never guessed 8%. Yeah, that coffee and coffee and cocoa is very refined, and it's like off in the background, and while you're drinking it, you don't notice as much, but as soon as you stop, you do pick up on that smoky like flavor to it. Let's just get to it. E scale. Thankfully, it's like I don't have to worry about upsetting anybody, because I'm the one responsible for this. But honestly, it's not really doing anything for me. It's got, it's a big ass bottle with 8%, but what does that count for? I'd rather have just a delicious, yummy brew. And I'm not saying that it just has to be all the time, hops in your face kind of thing. Okay, yeah, it does actually. Why? Life is short, man. Why drink shit beer? I'm just gonna. Would I get it again? If they're actually gonna like sell them out and get rid of them really cheap, I probably think about it. But I think I'm just gonna give her a 3. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not overly impressed with it. I mean, compared to the Southern Tiers Porter, this was really good. Brewed with 2 varieties of hops, 5 types of malts. Ooh, I let that escape, Birdman. I should have let her rip. Okay, finish this up as okay. Everybody else, you can, if you're just blowing in and you're just finding this video for the first time, out of here. This is for everybody else involved. Our discussion, a lot of you had some great input, and that's the only reason that I'm not actually, well, that and I've got a couple things in the making I want to find out about. So I'm not ready to implement the share my brew thing yet, but with help from a bunch of you and your ideas, which I absolutely love them, and Hemp Seed Addict, brilliant, kind of changed the wording of it. What I will be asking for, and this isn't it. No, don't fire your cameras up yet. This is not it. This is just and we're bouncing things off each other, and that was great. If you think of something else, keep it coming. But like I said, I kind of wanted to change the wording. What I'm gonna eventually probably want to see is a beer you tolerate. Like, for instance, me with the Busch. I've told the story of why I even started drinking it. I've always been into the higher end craft brews. I would rather go without and drink a good beer as opposed to just buy some shit and go home and get plastered. So, but the Busch was a nice thing. I mean, that neighbor was handing them to me, and that neighbor's handing them to me, and that neighbor, was probably keeping the company in business, actually. He doesn't have internet, so I don't have to worry about him seeing this. So that's how I got into it, and overall, it's not bad. I mean, seriously, it's hard to argue with the price. There's a little place across the bridge. I can pick up a 24 cans for $3 less than I paid for these 5 beers. $3 less, and I paid for those. Okay, so what I'm eventually going to want from you is a beer you tolerate. Maybe that's your whatever, a beer you tolerate. Then a beer you prefer. And when we actually do this, I will be actually going along and showing you mine. A lot of you already know. I just love beer. So there's different occasions and different reasons. I mean, on the browns, Righteous from 6 Point, Moose Drool, right off the top of my head, are awesome. The hoppy stuff, Bell's turned out to be a seasonal, but that bent paddle, that will definitely be going out to the three of you, first, second, and third. And Bell's Two-Hearted Ale and the Oberon, those are all in my, you know, beers I prefer thing. And then the last one would be, you know, that treat to yourself. You know, like for me, the Dragon's Milk, or something, you know, where you look at the price and go, oh my God, that's for one, you know, that special occasion kind of thing. Like I said, I'm gonna end up putting at least a 6-pack for each of the first, second, and third place, and they'll all be all first, second, and third is all gonna be the same thing. It's not like just gonna give away 3, and I'll put together at least a 6-pack of stuff that I like that I can get from around here, and I'm trying to get another item. It's gonna be a VR. I prefer a VR. I'd really like to see it. I mean, like Birdman, you know, he's already getting all excited, like he actually wants to on camera drink all these, like it's like some kind of competition. That's fine if that's if you want to do. Otherwise, you can just show it. Here's the deal, though. I'm serious about the kind of feel that I get and the relationship that I have with the people that are subbed and interact. Maybe that's the word. Interact with this channel. So the only chance in hell that you have of being part of first, second, or third place is that you are already subscribed to the channel. And when you do your VR, it needs to be a VR to that video when that moment comes, but nowhere in your description or the title can you let on that it is a VR to this, because this is us. This is our little group, and this is not about getting subs or any of that shit. I want this to be amongst the guys that are watching these videos and interacting with me, that are passionate about beer and want, you know, a six pack or whatever I end up putting in there, at least 6 of things that I can get my hands on that I want to share. God, it's like it's always someone different. And that's Pete. So that's it. That was a great idea from Hemp Seed Addict. That just when you guys start making your VRs, that nowhere use VR for B&E brew reviews or anything like that. This is just all, I want to see this stuff. I want it attached to it, sent as a VR so that it'll go to that video, but I don't want anyone else involved. And like I said, you're already a subscriber. That's the only way you're gonna get any of this stuff is you're already a friend and interacting. So more ideas. Like I said, this is in the making. The only thing I fear is a whole bunch of you are on the other side of the border, and I can tell you from what I've seen, there is no chance in hell I'm going to be able to get that package through customs. So I don't know what we're going to do about that, and which actually really sucks, because I can only imagine what would happen if a bunch of us, like Heffy67 and some of you guys up there in Canada, if we all met someplace and picked some of this optical illusion and stuff like that off the shelf and went back, fired up the barbecue, and just started discussing the brews that we like, that'd be a good time. A good friend of mine just bought an RV, and trust me when I say I really wish I had the financial means to take like a couple weeks off and borrow the RV and do a drinking tour of the United States. Torrin does a prepper. We were talking about that. That'd be great. So, I'm not trying for record territory, but again, you know, keep the interaction going. Got a bunch of good stuff out there, and that video I put that up late, and it was just a busy day. I think I only had a chance to even get back on a few comments, so it's not like I'm putting these videos up and then my work schedule is really raising havoc. But I might be able to get caught up on a bunch of things. I worked 4 long days this week, and I'm taking tomorrow off, so can't really count it taking tomorrow off. I got my 40, and someone's gonna be pissed off if I turn in overtime, so I'm not working tomorrow. Maybe I'll do 27 brew reviews tomorrow and forget to turn the camera on for 26 of them. So there you go. Tell I even say on this 3 for Ass Kisser Smoke Porter. I don't know. It's not terrible. I mean, it's a decent beer. It's by far nowhere near the what I really like in a porter. And like I said, life is short, so why drink shitty beers? So try that if you want, and if you were someone that really liked it, I'm sorry, but it's why we do this. This one just wasn't for me. Obviously it didn't get thrown out. So any other ideas or suggestions? But that's where we stand on the future, and not too far down the road. B&E's first taste my beer giveaway. Like I said, there's a lot of great ideas so far, so I really appreciate it. Okay, what are we gonna look at next? I'm just not gonna do that. Can we look at this one? Oh, that's a porter from Bell's. You know, being that I got these, I think I'm gonna roll on one of these. Why don't we look at the South Tier Double India IPA? That's going right there. That's what we're gonna look at tomorrow. I should have bought an oatmeal stout or a breakfast stout and did this brew review real early tomorrow morning. So there you go. We'll see you tomorrow.